What is up, bro? Welcome to Street Joint. You all know this channel, right? So on this channel, what I try and do is just to show you guys cheap food. Well, not necessarily cheap, but affordable stuff. We all know in this stupid Ramaphosa economy, everything's just high for no damn reason. So today we are preparing a meal, a fairly affordable meal. So you know me, if something is too big, we always go for the smaller version of it. All right, so I have to introduce certain things first, and of course, as we're doing this, all the calculations will just sum up here until we reach the last item. So now we go for the cheapest one, right? So first things first, man, I had to go to OBC and get some of this mince. So we got two, since I'm cooking for the whole house, so we got two packets of this one, which is 13 bucks, 14 actually, and then we have this, which is 17 bucks. We make the mince simple, and then you need to go get this, which is one of my favorite curries, the mixed masala, and we all know there's always a smaller one. I'll show them, of course, somewhere here on the screen. And then we have this is the chicken, this is the Portguese Chicken Spice, okay. And then we have the Italian herbs, it's one of my favorites. And then we also have the barbecue spice. Yes, there we go. Now after that, for our soup, we're gonna use a chakalala soup because this is the cheapest. And then last but not least, you can always get a smaller and the cheapest bottle of the maggi, so the Worcestershire. So we get into this. So you know guys, first thing is first, man. I actually forgot my seasoning, but it's fine, it's not the end of the world. I think they do have some they don't have some seasoning, yeah, but anyway. Oh, and also one last thing as well, the cubes. You can always get the smaller one, the 6 or singular. And lastly, we have those two guys because cooking for a household people. So now, first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on our stove. Well, we're not done with the ingredients actually, but what we're gonna do, first things first, we're gonna turn on our stove, and then we get into the cooking. For those that live in the hood understand the privileges we have when it comes to our veggies, and we both know I'm not lying. So of course, you know, I got these at Barra, 5 rand, Chris. You can always get this for like 2 rand, 3 rand, 4 rand max, but I would prefer buying the robots, because when you get the robots together, they are 10 rand, of course. And then also I have 3 tomatoes, which also cost me like 5 rand as well. Now last but not least, we are going to need our onion. And everybody, I don't know, most people, well, a few more items, of course. Carrots as well, they 5 rand. And then last but not least, onions, and you get the best of them, which is our red onions, which are also 5 rand as well. So you can do the maths. Our robots are 10 rand, our onions are 5 rand. Our onions are 5 rand. I'm not gonna use this one, so I'm not really a fan, so I don't care about these. I prefer that one. So we have tomatoes, 5 rand, our carrots for 5 rand as well, our robots for 5 rand as well, and for our onion is 5 rand, so that's 20 bucks, right? And then of course we have this guy. I think they're retailing from somewhere from 13 to 15 rand each, so this is approximately 30 bucks. So already for 30 bucks, already for 50 bucks, you have these, you have this, you have your carrots. You have your carrots, your onion, your robots, and the tomatoes for 60 bucks. 60 clean. And then you add on another 30 bucks on top to get 2 of these. 2 of those 30 bucks, that's 90 rand, okay? And then when you go for these sachets, I know it's like 7 rand, and on top 7 rand, that is 97 bucks. And then when you go and get the small versions of all of this, can't just walk in. Look at this, bro. Bullies, matolako. So you can always get smaller ones. You can get a smaller one for like 4 rand, if I'm not mistaken. 4 rand as well. 4 rand. This one also for 4 rand. And I think you can get like 4 for this. Was like what? I think 8, 9 or 10 rand. I'm not sure. Somewhere along there. And then lastly, for the nice simple flavor, Maggi. You can also get this for like maximum like 20. So all of these just to prepare for a small meal, something, and also depending on the quantity that you want to cook, all of these can cost like what, 120? No, not 120. I'm lying. 150 max. I know. We live in Ramaphosa's economy. It's kind of weird, but just saying, if you have somebody coming over for what, 150, it's a decent meal. And of course, you can always go for the cheaper version of this, which is about like 20 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Cooking oil, the small package, that's like 20 bucks. If not, if I'm wrong, I'll put the pricing and the size of it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our spaghetti, put them inside of a pot, and then after that we spice up our meat, start chopping, we get into the cooking. Let's get to it. So I don't know about you guys, but I do add a little bit of oil in my spaghetti, not too much, just a little bit. So from here we're just gonna let this start boiling. While we're waiting for this to boil, we are going to spice up our meat and also chop our vegetable. So first things first, let's get to the chopping, because that's what takes the most time. So guys, I don't know about you, but for me, I prefer not to necessarily chop. Not to necessarily peel off my carrots or anything like this, but because I'm cooking for people, not myself, I have to peel them. Thing we're going to start chopping the rest. So first things first, start with this guy. As you can see, I've already used some of it. Cut that off. Cut this guy off. Cut that off. Next, last but not least, our red onion. Even if you use one, it's okay. 1 or 1.5, it's fine. Last and final part is this too, guys. I hope you can see. If not, let me just, there we go. So we're just going to chop off the head only. can see, our spaghetti is boiling. Just stir it just to put more of it in there. And then our carrots are nice and soft, so we'll have to remove this off the stove. So now we're just going to strain our carrots. Now from here, guys, woo, it is hot. I forgot to turn off the other side of my stove, so pour out your spaghetti. Guys, we are transferring our spaghetti back into the pot. So that, just pour it back into the pot. And then again, don't use a lot. So now we are moving to the next phase, which is seasoning our meat. Oh yes, perfect. Let me just get the phone closer. Hopefully it don't fall. Yep. So now we are going to simply open the package. We continue, let's not forget what we've chopped. We've got our onions, we've got our robots, we got our boiled carrots. Last but not least, we also have our tomato soup. Now our tomato. And from here we have this guy for the soup, curry powder, we got herbs and the flavor. So let's get right into it. First we're gonna add oil. Oil, and from there we're gonna add our onions into the mix. So as you can see, these are the red onions. So let's get to it. So let's open the pot. Oh yes, there's enough oil in the mince meat. This mince is so oily right now. It's actually water from the mince itself. And then after this, we are going to add our Italian herbs. What I like about this is that by the time you add your carrots and your tomato, everything will be nice and seasoned all up. So the last remaining spice of all is our barbecue spice. Oh my god, open this up. Here we go. Now add your carrots. And then from there, just gonna close your pot, let everything simmer for a while. Alright, as you guys can hear my pot out here shooting, sound like a damn helicopter. That doesn't look too bad. For flavor, chili beef is my favorite flavor. I just break it down and just throw it around the pot. Doesn't really matter how, but and then after that, last but not least, our tomato. Because we still have a little bit of tomato left, just gonna add a little bit of water, just little, not a lot, kancane. And we're just gonna close the lid and let everything smear up. Let your knorrox spread around, let it be a bit weak, and then after that we can start stirring the pot. So let's open the pot. Oh yes, there's enough oil in there. Mincemeat, this mince is so oily right now. My favorite soup, which is the chakalala soup. So it's going to taste a bit hot, right, in terms of flavor. It will be hot, not hot, but it's gonna be hot though. And after that, it's gonna mix everything all up here. As you can see all that. Try to mix everything up so that you don't have lumps, big chunks of soup unabsorbed in there. Stay. Once it looks like this, pour some of it. Then after that, let the soup do its job. Now you start to mix it all up. I do believe that our meat is nice and ripe. Oh yes. Now I just have to turn the stove off. Way better. Oh yes. Oh guys, this is wonderful. So with me is that I like my food to be evenly blended out. Reason being is that if someone wants to add more salt, they can. I make it flavorful, and I also do the best I can to execute the flavor. But also at the same time, I don't want my food to be too salty or too spicy, but right in between. So that if someone wants to add other substances or acha or peri peri, they can do that without having fear of anything. So that is it. Food. The food is ripe. Now from here guys, I will definitely show you once I have started dishing the food. So until then, catch me dinner time. Thank you. It's amazing.